Hello, my dear sweet Scorpios. How are you all doing? Corinne Clapham here. Let's dive into what this week has in store for you. I'm going to start with the current energy or current situation, and then we'll move into what the rest of the week is looking like. Just tapping into the overall energy. Remember, this is also a general reading, by the way, so it may not pertain to every Scorpio. So just take what resonates. But I was feeling, it's interesting, the energy I was picking up, well, energy, it was like hard and encrusted. I was hearing the word encrusted and almost seeing like, if you look at a scorpion, it was like got these encrusted, sandy, sticky bits on it. So I feel like y'all might be just going through a little bit of some hard, either your energy is very hard with some people, or you're going through some stuff that's very hard. Something's sticking. There's something encrusted. I heard that word specifically, encrusted. All right, but let's take a look a little bit deeper. What do we have going on for the rest of the week for dear Scorpios? By the way, we have a super full moon in Scorpio this coming Monday, depending where you are in the globe. So Scorpios, just take some extra time to really ground down. Really watch. Try to have some discernment on what's really going on versus what the stories and belief systems are saying, the illusions, the ego, the mind. Okay, especially around this time, because things might be a little bit more amplified for y'all. So if you start to notice like triggers or emotions coming up, check in with yourself and where that's coming from without like lashing out or making extreme decisions, especially because at some point within this moon phase, I believe we have Mars and it's in the sign of Gemini, but Mars can be quite aggressive sometimes. And it's also going to have Gemini around, which is Gemini is a really great communicator. So what I'm trying to say is the combination for that, and this goes for every zodiac sign as well. Don't feel like I'm picking on y'all. And really, I'm not picking on y'all. I'm trying to give some advice to make this cycle a lot smoother. But we just, all of us, really want to watch our words a little bit more, use more discernment, think about things before we react, and that's a suggestion I'm giving to everybody, but things just it might be a little bit of an emotional intense moon season. I don't like uh, projecting certain things out onto something because we don't know if it's going to be like that. But for some people, it will be. But sometimes when we know that ahead of time, then we can implement things so we're not easily affected by it. Okay. So this is not to go into fear. This is more like, okay, let me just like really double down on my meditation, my yogas, having a clear mind, eating healthy, like just do what you can to be in a more focused clarity space. So let's get into this. The cards that popped up for you. You have the sun. Okay, it was upside down. The sun can represent material happiness, a joyous outcome, success. Okay, it was in the upside down position. I almost feel like some of you have the success and all some really joyful, great things going on, but it's almost like you turned your back on it for some of you. I feel that's the energy, or you're not seeing it. It's like you don't want to see it. Just check in if you're making things more difficult in life than it has to be, okay? Because the sun card, the sun energy is a really beautiful energy. I mean, look at that. Hello, who doesn't like sunshine? And you see this is like a little child on a beautiful white horse. And it's like when I see this is like the childlike energy. Sometimes as adults we get too serious. We start getting too much in our head and thinking and ruminating and then we start turning things into something else that it isn't. So bring it back to that childlike energy for you. Also, any triggers, take a look if those are childhood wounds that are coming back up to be healed, especially around the full moon. Full moon does tend to illuminate our shadow aspects, things that we haven't healed yet. And it comes up to the surface to be seen, to be healed. Okay, so if a lot of that's coming up, you know that it's actually an opportunity to see what's there and to heal it. Okay. We have the Devil card here, and it's interesting because you see two people here, and they're linked by chains. Okay, They're linked by chains around the neck. So, what is it that you have going on that is holding you down? I feel like a lot of you feel obligated to stay in something that you're not happy in. You feel like you have to stay in it. You feel chained in it. Okay. Then we have Three of Wands over here, where I feel like you're starting to have a lot more intro perspective, introspection. Like, okay, if I didn't say that word correctly, what I'm trying to say is it's almost like you're taking a step back and looking at the whole picture instead of like the little pieces. And if you think about a Monet painting, okay, that's the one that's kind of like, it looks like smears when you're up close and it just looks like little paint smears everywhere. But when you go back, it's the most beautiful picture ever. You're able to see the whole picture. But sometimes when we're too up close, it's like, it doesn't make sense. It's foggy. And so I really see this, the Three of Wands, you're standing there and you're just taking some time to really look at things. Um, this also can symbolize teamwork, commerce, expansion, travel. But I feel like you're, you know, thinking about different options, thinking about options, and instead of rushing in and making a decision, I do see you standing there and just, checking out your options and seeing what you can do there. Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles. This was upside down. So, Seven of Pentacles can represent patience, hard work, delayed success, waiting. Okay, so it's like you've done all this hard work here, and you're like, hello, is this doing anything? Has that done anything? But then we get the Three of Cups here, and there's like a celebration here. Three Cups can be friendship, celebrations, a circle of support. I feel like you're going to get, like, I'm seeing or hearing like the word judication. I actually don't know what that means. Um, or maybe justice, but it's not in the way that we would normally use the term just. Judicating? Anyways, I'm just saying what's popping up here as a message. So whoever that resonates with, you'll understand what that means. But that's really great celebration here. As we move into the rest of the week, dear sweet Scorpios, this is really good. Four of Wands. This is a beautiful card here. Four of Wands, homecoming, celebrations, family, friends, reunions. Okay, that was in the upside down, and we have a lot of upside down cards here, which is fine. Don't freak out. We can turn it back around. And that's why it's nice to get these guidances because then we can be more mindful and aware. And like, oh, was I doing this? Okay, what do I need to do in order to shift and change that? You have the Wheel of Fortune card here, the Wheel of Fortune that was in the upside down position. But the Wheel of Fortune, good fortune, turning point, so can also represent gambling luck, but I don't feel that's what it is for you. I feel like this was in the upright position, and I feel like you have all these gems, like you actually have all these opportunities, you have these situations, but it's almost like you snubbed them or you turned your back on it or you don't want to see that. It's like you're wanting to stay in a certain story rather than being happy. But shift and change your perspective. It's almost like the hangman. The hangman is upside down and it's changing its perspective on life. Flip that around, Scorpio, because you actually have quite a lot of good energies here. You really do. Like, there's a little bit of time where you're putting in a lot of work, but it actually like and that can symbolize in your career and also in your love life and your other relationships, but it comes around like, look, there's celebration here. There's like a sense of community here. I love the Wheel of Fortune too. There's so many opportunities with that. You had the Page of Swords. You have the Page of Swords. Um, and without what that can represent is a curious kid, gossip, spies, prying eyes, truth. Again, that was backwards. Take a step back. Take a step back. If you're the one that's been doing a little bit of gossiping and stuff like that, just take a step back. You don't want to be doing that kind of energy, okay? And then the Empress, or maybe it's someone else with you, but I feel like some of you Scorpios are kind of Just take a step back, clean the energy, refocus, okay? Like I really like this energy over here with the 3 of wands where you're standing back, you're looking at things at the bigger picture and you just get a better sense and clarity from there rather than being so up close to everything. It just feels blurry. It's like we don't see things accurately sometimes when we're too much in it and our emotions are too much in it. But if we can take a step back, release the stories that we've been holding a tight grip on, we can actually see a whole new world. And that's what I see here. You have such good cards here, amazing things going on, amazing opportunities. You just need to turn your head around and take a look at it. Clear out like that. Like I feel like there's a strong hold. Even some of this, I think it's like for some of you, I really do feel like you're in a dynamic where you feel like you're stuck and you're chained and you feel that you can't really shift out of that. Or if there is, like there's a lot of belief systems and or that it might be challenging or this and that. But for some of you, I feel like it's a battle with your own head, to be quite honest. Okay. It's like you're chained to certain illusions and belief systems. But what's the price? What cost? Like, what's the payoff for you? Is it worth it? Because you're going to miss out on all these other beautiful things. So let go of some of those stories or toxic energy or whatever that is. And you have such good stuff here. I keep saying that, but really, I'm like so elated to see these pictures, even just the colors here. It's just so, it's good energy. I really feel it. And then you have the Empress here. Empress, creation, pregnancy, abundance, fertility, good parenting. Okay, so for those of you who are parents, know that you are a good parent. And I'm sure, it's not always easy. And parents, and I know this because I've been watching reality shows. So they do talk about it. Some parents really struggle. I'm sure all do, but wonder if they're doing the right thing. And it's interesting. I was watching this show the other day, and one of parents was saying, I don't even remember what show it was, but they were saying, yeah, once I figure it out, then everything changes again. So just know if you've been feeling that, like you're on the right track, you've been doing it. Also, when I say fertility, for some of you, yes, it'll be, maybe a baby coming in. I'm feeling like what I'm seeing is like 7 to 8% of you, Scorpios on here. That might be the case, but also when I talk about fertility sometimes too, it's like planting seeds of a new beginning, it could be a project, an idea, a rebirth of a new relationship, or even refreshing a current relationship. Okay, so a new beginning that's there. Amazing. Let's start getting some clarifying cards here. Overall, Scorps, I'd say things are pretty good. Let's get some clarifying cards on the sun, please, for this week for Scorpio. Whoa. All right, let's see what came up here. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Please remember this is a general reading. Those of you who are in that, where this resonates, like where it pertains, you know it, you'll feel it. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. I'm also seeing this in different dynamics. Not just in love relationship, but in other dynamics. Okay. A lot of times when we have control issues, it's really a fear, right? And that's why we're holding on to control so much. So if we can kind of shift into trust and into love, then we're able to let go a lot more. And when we do that, things can flow in a lot more. Let's get a clarifying card for the devil, please, for Scorpio for this week. Thank you. Yeah. I know control that's a tough one sometimes, But really, it really does come from an energy of fear. So if you can flip it and reverse it, totally just heard that Missy Elliott song in my head. Then what's on the other spectrum of fear? It's love, right? So if you shift into love, that's when we're in the energy of trust and faith. It can be a lot easier to flow. We get more into our feminine energy, whether you're a man or a female. We all have masculine and feminine energy. So I would also say for those of you who pertains to let go control issues, try to get more into the feminine, tap in more to your feminine energy. Feminine energy, when we're into it, it's more about receiving, right? Masculine is more like doing, action, this, that. Like where feminine's more like a little bit flowier. And don't get me wrong, we still have to take some actions, but it's just from a different energy. Okay, what's going on here? Can I get a clarifying card on the devil? I'm getting guidance to do with this deck. Clarifying card for the devil for Scorpio this week. Ooh, here we go. Okay, again, this is upside down. This is Five of Cups over here. Five of Cups can symbolize loss, regret, grief, feeling abandoned or unloved. Okay, let's get another clarifying card with that. Here we go. Perfect. The Fool. Okay. Fresh hope. Take a chance, new paths and adventures and beginnings. So, yeah, you know what? And honestly, right after is the Three of Wands. That's when you start going into a lot more contemplation. Let's get a Three of Wands. Let's get a clarifying card for that, please, for our Scorpios. What just happened? Okay. Just fell right out. Okay, we have the Two of Cups, and that's in reverse. Okay, so that's about romantic love, partnership, proposal, marriage. And then we have the Queen of Cups here as well. So, Queen of Cups, a nurturing person, healing and support. So, I feel like a fresh new energy is here for some of you. Yeah, a fresh new energy. And then Seven of Pentacles over here. Now, you feel like you've been putting a lot of work into something and you haven't seen the results yet. Let's add the word yet after, meaning that there's still room and openness for changes to happen. This kind of shuffled out a bit. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So for singles, actually, even for those of you who are in a relationship, some of you are in a relationship and you feel really tied down to it. Some of you are going to be able to as long as it's not abusive or toxic, some of you are going to be able to have more of a fresh start, I think. I feel like some of the work that you put in with this Seven of Pentacles, will finally pay off. You see the Three of Cups here. Let's get a clarifying card on the Three of Cups for Scorpio this week. Yeah, I see a couple of different timelines here. Again, these are general readings. If you want a personal reading, I will put in the link in the description below where you can do that. Yeah, because I do see different timelines going on here for different Scorpios. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Usually it doesn't take that long for me to get a clarifying card to jump out. Let's see. Here, let's do this. What's the Three of Cups? Let's get a clarifying. You hear the word sisters, maybe sisterhood. It's good to have a mix too, to get out with your girlfriends. If you're in a relationship as well, it's good to have balance. You hear the word uniting or reuniting. Maybe with sisters, maybe with sisterhood. Maybe some soul sisters. Okay, I want to leave that alone because I think that the messages were already just coming through the head there. Let's get a clarifying card for the Four of Wands. I love the card. It's so beautiful. Look at that. You can see a couple that's there and beautiful castle, and they're so excited. They have flowers in their hands. Flowers in their hands. So yeah, Four of Wands can represent homecoming, celebrations, family, friends, reunions. Actually, that's interesting. Reunions, yeah, and that's what I was sensing here. I was hearing the word reunions. Okay, so hearing to get a clarifying card from this deck. Romantic Oracle from Doreen Virtue. Let's get a clarifying card on the Four of... Okay, children. Your love life is being affected by children. Let's get a clarifying card on that. I think for some people that are in a dynamic, there might be a little bit of a push and pull in parenting. For those of you who don't have any children at all, and it's not a situation where either you or your partner does or doesn't want them, like it's not even a thing. Sometimes the children card how I see it, what can represent is like our childhood traumas too. If we haven't healed them, sometimes our belief systems formed at that time can play a big part in how we still operate and what we attract into our life and the situations. So just know if children, like physical children, isn't there, then maybe it might be what I just said. Chemistry, there's strong magnetic attraction here. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. That's great. Some of you are going to know who that's with. Whoa, that one just flew right out. Isn't it fun? They fly up. Playfulness to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit and fun to shine. Yeah, and I think for some of you, that's the childhood traumas that's been playing out. As you heal that, a lot more playfulness is going to come out. There's something, oh yeah, and let go control issues was in the beginning of the week here. So I think as you start to let go, you're going to bring in more of like, it's a little like a childlike energy in a fun way, right? Like they're so free spirited. They're not so much in their heads. Getting to know each other as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So I'm hearing this is for our single Scorpios. Let's get and about 7% of you who are in relationships. I feel like it's going to be like a rebranding is what I'm hearing. A rebranding, so a refresh start. But it takes two, right? Both partners got to be doing the work. The Empress, I got deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Those of you who are in it, you'll know that. You probably have a sense or feeling. If it's the other person, also check in with yourselves. If you are also doing any of that, and that's not to be mean. I just sometimes we have to check in if we're doing anything as well, just so we can, make sure we're keeping our side of the street clean too. But just be a little bit mindful for some of you Scorpios and what that's about, okay? Scorpios are actually quite intuitive. So I feel like y'all probably know if that's going on in your life, I feel like you'll have a sense of who and when that's going on. I feel like a lot of people I was talking about who felt that they had the bonds, like they felt chained to something. I feel like a lot of you in that situation, that timeline, that storyline is from that. I think a lot of you with that deception card, I feel like it's male energy for most of you. I'm not saying all, but okay. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you kind of secluded yourself a lot in situations. Trust that people are there and open up and see who has been there the whole time. You might have been shutting off because of those stories you were telling yourself earlier. So let that go. I'm just trying to check in and see if there's another clarifying card that has to come in. No. Okay, we're good. So Scorpio, overall, this is pretty good. Let's just do a really quick recap so you know what to take away, what the action steps are. Overall, you have some pretty good cards. I think it's a matter of really just kind of turning around, shifting your perspective, releasing the old bonds and stories that has kept your perspective very narrow. And once you let go of those things, it's like, whoo, a whole new world, right? Then you have the sun and you have like the 3 cups. Opening it up to friends and family is a big one though. Like I see this a couple of times, like here, I was hearing sisterhood, like sense of community, let your friends help you. So just know that you don't have to do things on your own, okay? Especially with this double card for some of you feeling really chained to something. But you have really good cards. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. Things can really shift and change, and it's really up to you. It's up to every individual. Like we always have power of choice. So just knowing you do the work, let go of the control issues, have the awareness. Like I said, Scorpios are known to be quite intuitive. You're also water signs, so it can be very emotional sometimes. Like, same with Pisces is also water sign. And if you think about water and how the water is constantly shifting and moving, sometimes your emotions are shifting and moving that fast. But the reason I share that is once we know that, then we know how to manage it a little bit more. We can be like, oh, hold on, that's that thing that I used to do or I sometimes do. And now that I have that awareness, I can make a conscious choice if I'm going to continue this or something else, or to implement something that'll be more healthier and more supportive. Okay, getting to know each other, playfulness. Again, I feel like as you start to let go of some of the control issues, you're going to open up. You're going to get this self back in, do the childhood work too, healing the childhood work. For some of you, it is children in the dynamic that might, you'll have to work some stuff out there, but again, don't be afraid to turn to other people and just have the awareness who's got the right intentions in your life and who doesn't. Sometimes the people you thought who didn't are the ones who actually did have good intentions in their life. Sometimes the ones you thought who did mm, may have been wearing a mask. So just be open, Scorpio. I think overall, like that's the main thing I'm hearing for you now is just be open with as little judgment as you can. Okay. Overall, really good. Really good. Okay. All right, my dear Scorpios. Just a couple announcements. I will post it in the comments or the details below for one-on-one readings if you want. I do have a promo going on. I normally don't do those too often. Um, and I think there's like 2 spots left for that one for the special pricing, but I'll put that down below. And then the full moon that's coming up, and that's also like we're going to focus a lot on clearing a lot of belief systems in that, and some healing and some meditation and all that good stuff. So, and there's also a Tao blessing you'll receive to any area of your life. So I will put that in the comments below. So if you ever need that support to do that inner healing, that's a really great way to do it. And I will see you later. Much love. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and notification button. That way you know when our next reading comes up. All right. Bye, my friends.